Fit Show TV this year is delighted to be sponsored by Timberweld, and I'm here at the Masterframe stand with Chairman Alan Burgess. Alan, thank you very much for joining us today. Just first of all, clear up the relationship, Masterframe, Timberweld, number of different brands here. How do they all fit together here?
Okay, most people know Masterframe. We've been formed 30 years ago. We're a specialist in sliding sash windows. That's all we make. We don't make anything else. But 15, 16 years ago, we came across a really good idea, which we've decided to patent at the time. We've been making windows in that fashion ever since. But most of the industry seems to have caught up a little bit with needing the same sort of joint. So as a group, we've got Dutchy Investments, who's the holding company, and we've got Timberweld as a special brand just to promote that type of manufacture.
Fantastic. So, talk me through the problem. Talk me through it, because I can see you've got a demonstration of it right behind us here. So just help our viewers to understand exactly what problem we're trying to fill and fix here.
Unfortunately, a number of companies in the UK, they have what they call mechanical joints, so they'll just cut and leave things open. But this is one of our own windows, just to show you, so we're not hitting anybody's competitors. Air and water can pass through these corners very, very simply. Okay, you can fill it up with silicone, but silicone's not going to stay all the time. So people who are doing it on the cheap, shall we say, who are just cutting and gluing and screwing corners, leave potentials in their products for weaknesses at a later point. Alternatively, here's that method of Timberweld. We have an external butt joint, an internal butt joint, and the whole of the centerpiece is completely sealed. So just to show you on a smaller scale, we have an outside joint, we have an inside butt joint, but we end mill the two sections and have a very narrow heater plate for welding, and when those two come together, you've then got a nice welded joint, exactly the same as normal welded, but you've done away with a nasty 45-degree groove.
So like you say, this is a technology that you've been using for a little while, but you've taken the relatively recent step to license that out. Tell me how that's been going with your partners.
Yes, that's been going very well, to be fair. 3-4 years ago, we started a resurgence in flush sash and maybe doors and casements. Everybody wants to make a really nice, pretty-looking window, but they soon find out that it takes an awfully long time. It's a very gluing it and screwing it or plugging it. It's just a time-consuming project. Everybody wants to speed that project up. We estimate that this method will save the best part of an hour on a standard window. Yeah. So it's like making normal windows, just welding them as straightforward. And we've been really fortunate that in the last 12 months or so, a number of systems companies have now got behind us. They've accepted it as a very, very good joint, and because of that, a number of people have come for us for licenses, as you can see by this board up at the back.
Well, let's take a walk over there. Why don't we, Alan? Because again, it's another very impressive stand that you brought to Fit Show this year. But chat us through your partnerships here.
Well, we're a long-time partners with Vika, the stand opposite. They've been very supportive with their network. Commeling, the Residence Collection and Linear. All of those guys are now very happy to stand behind this type of joint construction. So they're now recommending to their fabricators, hey, you really need to look at this if you're going to be serious about making pretty windows. And here's just a selection of the license holders that we have at the present. There's a number more of recent months that need to go up on there. And they're paying a small license fee, and we've got another 6-7 years to run on the patent. Yeah. And after that, I suspect everybody's windows will be made this way and it will be license free. So everybody will be doing it in the future. It's just the wise companies are sort of getting on the bandwagon now.
Good stuff. Let's take a look around what else you're bringing to Fit Show this year, Alan. What have you got for us?
What I was just going to show you is we've actually got 4 different manufacturers' products. These are 4 of my license holders. So we've got John Fredericks, a well-known name in the industry. He's got a cracking good flush sash. We also have 3 others. We have, we've got John Fredericks over here, and we've got Window Tech over the far side. I've got the guys from Coventry.
Just down the road, just down the road from here.
Aztec are making, just showing that it can be made with normal casement windows. So this is just a normal casement window. It hasn't got to be flush sash or anything clever like that. So you've got Aztec, who are just down the road. They're making these there, and I've also got affordable window systems over the far side. Again, showing different styles. Residence 9. It can be made with anybody's profile, so it's not really a problem. Obviously, we can't miss out on the sash windows that we make. So Masterframe have got 3 different sliding sash window examples, and on the far side we've got our latest concept window.
Oh yeah, come on, let's take a look at that, because this is really interesting, and I hope we can pick this up nicely on the camera. Obviously a lot of interest around this already. So tell me what I'm looking at here, Alan, with your concept window, because this looks really thin, I guess is the first thing I'm taking away.
Well, there's a couple of things on here. Excuse me, one sec. We've got a couple of things on here for as a brand new concept window. Later on, I'm sure you'll be having a look around the stands. There's a company called Smart Ready. Yep. If you haven't seen them already, I really suggest you go and have a look. This is a mobile phone app, so all the houses these days want to have security, and the advantage of the smart technology is that on his software that he's got, he can tell whether the window is open, closed, locked or unlocked. A number of similar sort of companies have a locked or not locked, but you could leave this in a night vent position, or you can leave it open, and you would know on your phone system whether it's left open or which room of the house it's been left.
And very often these are sensors that aftermarket sensors that we buy, that we retrofit onto Windows systems, but actually to have that integrated, I think is very much where we are in 2019 and going forward.
Well, we've got the exclusive, as you might expect, with Giovanni for the sliding sash windows on the Pro version. Yeah. But we have to be smart ready, and smart ready simply means that underneath here we have got to provide a slot. If you put your finger on here, you can feel that. Oh, yeah. We have to provide a slot with a cover so that the gubbins, the works, can then be retrofitted by the householder if they wish to, and then you just have to program each one.
So that's the first innovation here, but there's definitely something else going on that we can see in this top window as well, Alan. Tell me more.
Well, I did wonder whether you might spot that. Some people spot all the little dots. Because we are all about tradition, we just love sash windows, and we want to make them as realistic as we possibly can. When you use a large sealed unit, you get a very narrow Georgian bar and bead. So it's quite small. Most original box sash windows were single glazed. This is a single glazed piece of glass. So you can see by my fingers there, it's almost touching. It's 6 mil different. That's also 6 mil, but this is a sealed unit.
So you've got the same thickness but in a double glazed sealed unit as you have with a single glazed here. How have you done that?
Well, there's a couple of proprietary brands, but it's a very, very clever vacuum sealed unit. Okay. But on this particular unit, we don't have any dots. There's a company that used to do these, or does these, from Japan. It's very expensive technology. It's a bit like iPhone technology. It's really clever. But it has to come from Japan, and it's dreadfully expensive. But I think coming in the next year or so, this is going to be, the market is coming, and it's going to be much more competitive. That means we can make a window that looks like it's single glazed by having a new Georgian bar and a new bead, but it will be double glazed, and that will give a U value of about 0.8 instead of one single glaze about 5.8.
For the same thickness. Fantastic. Really interesting stuff. So this is concept at the moment, but you think this is going to be hitting the market fairly soon?
The dies, we've agreed with our supplier for the dies for the Georgian bar and bead. Yeah. And we're just waiting for confirmation for this particular glass supplier, who will be coming to the market next year. But because we wanted to be showing our customers what they can expect on our products, this is what's going to be coming.
Listen, really good stuff, Alan. Thank you very much for giving us the walk around your stand. Just very quickly, in a word, what is it you enjoy most about bringing your brands, bringing your products here, and meeting your colleagues at Fit Show?
I think it's just that. It's catching up with old friends, catching up with clients. we never get to see as many of the clients as we want to. It's nice to meet up with new prospects, etc. But making sure your existing customers are entirely happy and showing them what you've been thinking about, what you've got in mind for the future, because in this business. I left school in '72. It's now 40-something odd years, 45 years. It's all about partnerships. It's all about partnerships, and we've got a very, very loyal customer base, which is it's one way to pay them back and say thank you.
Well, listen, Alan, it's been very good to connect with you today. I wish you all the very best of luck for the rest of the show. Cheers.
Marvellous. Thank you very much indeed. It's good to have you with us.